I'm Steve Stevens, and we're here at my home studio. It's very purple, hence the name, the Purple Room. And I'm here to kind of talk a bit about the BAE 1073 MP, which is kind of something that Mark and I kind of, well, it was his idea to make things very easy for me to record at home. And I'll kind of walk you through my signal chain and explain to you how I use this piece of gear. And typically the way I record is to use two microphones. In this case we have a SM57 Shure and a Royer 121. And I like to kind of capture those two microphones as pure as possible. I don't like to commit to EQ and things like that because I'll leave that to the professionals, the recording engineers, when I'm mixing. So hence this 1073 has no EQ on it. It's two discrete mic pre's with a mix control, which you can submix internally in the unit so that all of your mic summing and everything is done right there. You can come down with a mono line. In this case, I take the mic pre's, each one separately. And it's really simple to use. Allows me, it's got all the typical things that I love about the BAE stuff. Everything's on the front. You can switch to your DI, which sounds really, really, really good, really musical. And things like phantom power, phase. And so typically what I'll do is I'll get a set of headphones, put my two mics where I think they're going to sound the best, put one of them out of phase, turn the amp up enough so it's got some hiss, and I'll go out and where the speaker cabinet is and listen to the hiss, move the 57, I usually know where that's going to be, but then I'll move the Royer to a place where when one of the mics is out of phase, you'll hear cancellation. So, so once I hear those higher frequencies cancel out, that's usually my sweet spot. Come back in, flip the phase, and 9 times out of 10, I'll have a really good guitar signal. There's no EQ on what you're going to hear. It's a little bit of delay, not printed, just monitoring. I use a Toft audio console to record at home with. This is a standard guitar. There's nothing custom about this guitar. This is right out of the shop, 2012 Les Paul standard with Gibson pickups in it. I wanted to keep this as easily for anyone to replicate as possible. So this is a guitar that anyone would get and buy, and nothing's been altered about it. So I usually like to get my my amp sound. I always look for that sort of classic guitar, the big rock guitar sound. And one of the things that I gravitated towards with BAE was that the stuff is exactly what was used in that golden period of, late 60s, early 70s English rock records that we all know and love so much. So my amp is set so that I can still get a pretty clean sound. And then if I turn my guitar up, you get. And that sort of natural, it's not actually compression, but that natural ability to translate a guitar amp is something that I found in the BAE gear that I just don't find in the other pieces of gear. There's other pieces of gear that are very good and well made, that are really good for certain applications. But for rock and roll guitar, I will say that BAE is absolutely the thing that's kind of, I don't trust other stuff. and I know with the BAE stuff, if my guitar's not sounding right, it's usually the guitar or the amp or something about the way the mics are placed. I never have any doubts about the mic pre's. And as well, I see people that say if they have questions on forums and reader thing, they'll call BAE, and Marcus got a reputation of speaking with people and finding the right piece of gear for them. And all the musicians I know that use this stuff, including Matt Sorum, who actually turned me on to BAE, is able to work with Mark and develop things and pieces of gear, choose the right piece of gear so you end up with something that can be used for a lot of different purposes. And this stuff I use it for acoustic guitar, vocals when I'm tracking any Billy Idol stuff here. It just sounds perfect on his voice. Bass guitar, it's so musical, and it's it's just, as I said, it's got an inherent characteristic about it that sounds like the records that I grew up loving. So makes me a better player. Cheers.